you're ready
Even
to
though
make
you
that
knew
decision.
after 3 years, it's okay.
Thank you. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Go ahead and hit that. Hello, our beautiful people. Welcome back to the LD World. Today we have a good topic for you. It is called
Sex Before Marriage.
Do you do it before you do it? Before we get to the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you like it. Turn on the notification bell because we got more coming for you. Let's get right into it.
That was a long whistle. Okay.
All right. So yeah, like I said earlier, we're going to talk about sex before marriage. Is it something that you should do? Is it something that you shouldn't do? Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? So many different things.
Yeah.
Let's let Dua go first.
Oh, I hate when you do that.
I know.
I'm gonna start talking about the way I was raised up.
Okay, but before we go into that, let's tell them the decision that we made.
Okay.
So about a year, is it a year ago?
Probably. Ooh, it's been long.
Yeah. So about a year ago, Dua and I decided that we are not having sex anymore until we get married. And that is the decision that before we made that decision, we've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it personally, and she was thinking about it without each other even knowing. And then we decided to talk about it one night, and we were like, let's do it for many different reasons.
Yeah.
For I guess you could say for religious beliefs, for strengthening our relationship, to see where our relationship actually is, so our relationship isn't based off of physical contact. It's based more off of emotional and spiritual contact. So we decided to make that decision together, and we stopped doing sexual intercourse, and it's been about,
I think, a year.
Yeah, about a year, more or less.
I don't remember when.
Yeah, it's been about a year since we made that around last New Year's. So it's been about a year since we made that decision, and so that's a decision that we made for our personal selves to grow our relationship.
Yeah. And like most of you know, I'm from Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a thing in Iceland. So I didn't even it didn't even cross my mind. I was like, why would people not have sex before marriage?
Mm-hmm.
So that was really different for me. When I met him, he started talking about it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I started looking into it and
talking about what?
I guess religion or
Oh, so what she's trying to say is I started. So if you guys don't know, I mean, I'm a huge faith-based person. I always put God first. I'm saved. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. And what she mean by talking about it is I started talking more about living a more Christ-filled life. And like she was saying, she started looking into that and I guess doing a little bit more research herself. And as she saw what I was living, I'm not saying I'm perfect by all means, but as she saw how I was living, she wanted to find out a little bit more on it herself.
How I was raised, that's just not a thing. I didn't know that existed. I literally didn't.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll be honest with you that I was raised in the church, but my lifestyle didn't reflect that. For those of you, I'm gonna be open and say it. I'm not gonna speak for Dua. She has to say it herself, but I have had sexual intercourse, and I'm not married, so I've had sex before marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I believe, even though the Bible may say not to, or so on and so forth, but I've done it. But we have made that decision to not do it for our relationship because we wanted to grow in a different way.
Yeah.
We wanted to grow differently. So.
And I think we should talk about that also, making that decision even though you have had sex before.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We made that decision, and I'll be honest with you, even after we made that decision, there was still a couple of times where we did it. And then we started to feel bad.
Yeah.
We started to feel bad, and we were like, we made a decision, we're not sticking to it. And the cool thing about it is we made the decision together.
Mm.
And so she's not tempted to do it for me, and I'm not tempted to do it for her. If anybody tries, one or the other tries to shut each other down or something like that. But that's the cool thing about it. And it's tough when you have had sex and then you go to not having it. But it's also like
I still feel like though it's easier than I thought.
It is
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit. It is a little bit easier, but at the beginning it felt like a cleanse.
Mm.
It felt like a cleanse. It felt like you were detoxing the body. And it was good for, I can't speak for Dua, but it was good for me because I was detoxing the sexual relations that I had with other people before I commit myself into a relationship with Dua. So I truly believe that when you have sex with other partners, you are giving a piece of your soul away to that individual.
Yeah.
And I wanted to rebuild my entire soul for her. And that's the reason why I wanted to make that decision to not have sex before marriage, because there were things that I wanted to detox out of my body from my past partners so I can give my all to Dua. And yeah.
So what would you give because a lot of people think it's weird to make that decision when you have had sex. They're like, why are you making that decision now? Like, it doesn't make sense. What would you tell them? Like, what advice would you give someone that really wants to make that decision, but people are telling them like,
ignore people. People, when they are uncomfortable with something, they're always going to tell you not to do it. That is the biggest.
See, my ears are itching because you didn't give me the cotton buds.
I thought he gave them to you.
Mm.
Oh, he came out the bathroom with a bunch of them. Maybe just put it in the room or bathroom.
Oh, okay. But yeah, keep talking.
But yeah, people are going to quickly shut down your ideas because they're not comfortable with it or because they're scared of trying it themselves. So the best thing that you can do is, honestly, in my opinion, before you ignore people, don't tell anybody about your decisions.
Yeah.
Like, it's nobody else's business except for you and your partner.
Yeah.
And you should be talking about that with your partner, not with your homie, not with your homegirl. Like, that's none of their business. We wanted to openly express this to you guys. We decided to openly express it to you guys to share with you our views and maybe help guide you if you are trying to make that decision. But it's nobody else's business. Like, don't tell anybody.
And also,
I don't think anybody deserves to know what goes on.
I also
in the
think
room.
it's never too late.
Never.
No matter what you've done,
it's
never
too late.
too late.
No matter what you've done,
Yeah.
no matter how many people you slept with, it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to start over. But like I said earlier, I truly believe it is a great cleanse. It is a great cleanse, especially if you plan on giving yourself to somebody for a long-term period for your future. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about like, what is sex? What do you like? Is it just this or?
So what we decided sex was just sexual intercourse,
So I'll put the emojis on the screen.
Yeah, we don't want to do it. We want to keep it YouTube appropriate, but that's what we decided sex was. So you and your partner have to decide on what is sex to you and what you can and cannot do. I'm not going to go into details on what Dua and I decided, but you and your partner have to decide what you can and cannot do and take it from there. Another important thing we want to talk about is mistakes. If you decide that I don't want to have sex anymore until marriage, but you make a mistake and you do it, I want to let you know it's okay.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
We don't sing because you can't. But it's okay. Nobody's perfect. And we're not telling you to be this perfect couple. But we're telling you to just try it. If you're going to try to do it, try it. If you make a mistake and you do it,
keep trying.
yeah, keep trying and move on. Start over. It's okay to start over. We're not expected to be perfect individuals.
Yeah.
So
it's like
but
when
just don't make,
you're on a diet.
yeah, you eat
You
that
have
cookie.
a donut. You're not gonna keep eating donut next day.
Because you're gonna get fat, so you're not gonna keep having sex next day because your
Yeah,
girlfriend's
so you
gonna
just
get fat with a baby. Oh,
I hit the bone, didn't I?
yeah. But that was a joke. But yeah, it's true. Like, but the most important thing to grab from that is don't make the same mistake every night.
Yeah.
Because then it's not a mistake. You're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all we got for you guys today. We wanted to share that with you, kind of open up ourselves to you a little bit about our relationship, because we know that there's a bunch of people out there that may be thinking about it but don't know how to take that first step. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below, message us on Instagram or Facebook, and we're more than willing to at least give you our advice or opinion on it, and maybe it could help out in some way. We don't know, but we're here to help in any way that we can.
Yeah.
All right.
I have one question. One last question, just to close it out. How do you know it's the right decision for you? Like, do you just feel it, or
you will know?
Like, how do you know you're not making it for someone else, or?
Because you will know that, for example, like when we made the decision, we both talked about it, and we both been thinking about it for a long time, but didn't know we were thinking about it for a long time until we talked about it. And we just knew that we just wanted to make that decision right then and there. So yeah, I can't answer that question for other people.
I feel like just if it feels right.
Yeah. You'll know.
You should, yeah.
You'll know. It's like finding that perfect match. When you know, you'll know. And you'll know when you're ready to make that decision.
Even though you knew after 3 years, it's okay.
Thank you. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. And once again, hit us up below if you have any questions or comments. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you later.